What's up, everybody? It's come up that we need to make a harness here so we can flash an ECM. I no longer have a car that I'm driving that has a factory computer installed now that I'm running Holly, but I need to flash a GM computer over to a 5.3 tune for drive-by-wire, just a stock tune. So I'll show you guys how, instead of using this mess or your car, how you can make a quick and easy bench harness. First thing, see this mess. This mess here, this is the standalone harness I built just to run an LS and a 4L80 with drive-by wire and a car swap in. So I made that harness, but we don't want to focus on that today. Today we're going to focus on this and the computer. What you're going to need is what's known as a blue connector for the computer. Now these GMs, there's a red and a green on the other side, but when it comes to the blue connector, every one I've seen of this era are the same. Now, this is the 2004 computer. They come out of a drive-by-wire truck. So, first things, I'll show you how to get this. You're going to remove it. This is the plug you're going to need. This is the GM blue connector, it's known as. Okay, once you get that GM blue connector, you're going to take and you can remove these caps here. You'll push in on there. There's little plastic clips in there. You're going to push in. You can take these caps off and de-pin it. Now, the only pins you're going to want to keep on this, if you're just going to use HP tuners and make like a bench flashing, there is on the blue connector, there'll be numbers here. Blue connector, pin number 1 is going to be ground wire. That'll also be the ground from your power supply and your ground going to your OBD2 port that you'll need. And then pin 19 and 20 is going to be your power. Now normally orange would be constant and the pink would be switched power for 19 and 20. But for what we're doing here, you can combine them together. Also, you'll have an orange wire that goes to your HP tuner, your OBD2 port that you're going to use for HP tuners. Then you're going to have a purple wire. That's going to be pin number 58. So that'll go for your serial data. That's going to be the purple wire on your GM OBD2 port. Those are the only wires you're going to need. Basically, there's 2 grounds, 1 12-volt positive, and your purple serial data. Once again, we'll run those over. That's going to be on the blue connector. It's going to be pin 19 and 20. They're going to need 12 volts. Pin 58 is going to be serial data, and pin 1 is going to be the ground. Okay, once you put that together, you need to go find a 12-volt power supply. If you got anything laying around the house that uses 12 volt, it doesn't have to be high. At least try to find half an amp. I recommend the higher the better. This was just like an old cable box or something I had laying around. And you can read on the back of that, it'll usually tell you your power output. Now this here outputs 12 volts at 2.87 amps. So that's perfect for what we're going to do. So you're going to wire the hot positive, which on this case the striped wire is a positive and the solid wire is the negative. So you're going to wire that positive wire to the orange wire going to the OBD2 port and to the orange and pink on the computer. Then you're going to round, the ground wire is going to go to the 2 ground wires going on OBD2 port and to the 1 ground wire going to the blue connector. Now on this OBD2 port, if you want to just go real quick and make sure, there's numbers printed on the top of there. They're hard to see. But pin number 16 on your OBD2 port, that's going to be your battery positive. Flip it over. Pin number 2 is going to be your serial data. That's your purple wire. And then pin numbers 4 and 5 are the ground. So once you get that all hooked up, you get your power supply together. And now you're getting ready to flash. If you got HP tuner set up, so we're going to plug this into the ECM. Be quiet, Dixie. Dixie, I don't want to hear it. Okay, blue. See, and it is marked on the computer. You can see blue and green. So the blue one goes to the blue side. Put that in there. I recommend you can take this bolt out and not use it, but I recommend it. It's nice that way if you don't bump it in the middle of a flash and brick an ECM. So let's just go ahead. That's a 7mm bolt. We'll snug that down tight. You know, just cute. You don't want to gorilla torque it or anything. Snug it tight so that can't come unplugged. So now that you have that set up, this is basically what you're going to need to flash HP tunes. So first we're going to do is we're going to take our HP tuner box here. We're going to connect it to the OBD2 port. And we're going to connect it to our laptop. Okay, it recognized it now. We're going to plug the power supply in. We're going to power up the ECM. We'll see some lights coming on here, and just for purposes, we'll go in here. You can flash whatever tune you need. You have your file to change. I said this one here, I'm going to be flashing a 5.3 liter tune for drive-by-wire in it. But I can open up the VCM scanner here. And then you can see that it does in fact connect to the computer. See, connecting to the car, opening information, gathering information, requesting VIN calibration, all that. Boom, it's connected to the vehicle. So now anything that you can do in HP tunes, you can now do right here on your bench. Once you flash a tune to your computer, you'll just simply unplug this and plug it back in. Be like switching the key on and off. I hope that helps, guys, and that'll help you set up a computer. So you got to send a buddy a 5.3 computer. You can go in and turn VATS off and everything. Because the problem with these factory computers is, let's open up the factory tune real quick on here. Okay, in the factory tune under system here, you're going to see under general, you're going to see this, see where it says VATS control, serial. If you do not shut this off in a factory LS computer, it's not going to run. I don't care how much you fool with it, it won't run. It needs to either see the signal from the body control module telling it that it's not stolen and it's okay to run, or you need HP tunes. You go in there, you hit the drop down box, and right there, none. You do that, you save that, now this car will run without it. This is why I'm in here. It's platform type GMT, top fuel cutoff. You can set all of that you need to set. You can go in here and set your fans, but obviously if you're doing this, you're probably familiar with HP tunes, but always got to remember, that's the biggest thing. I could set and turn these out all day, is you need to go in just for that reason. If I have a stack of GM computers and I want to turn the VATS off so people can use them in engine swaps, this is a simple way to do it. Alright guys, I hope that helps. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like, share. Thanks a lot. Have a good one. We'll talk to you later.